Looking at Milton Road, we are recommending the do something option. The do maximum option, I'm sure you're all aware, was bus lanes in both directions throughout the whole corridor. That would have required significant road widening. The do something option will require a 3 traffic lane width carriageway. You've pretty much got that along the route at the present time. So the impact on the street scene can be significantly reduced by adopting that approach. When I talk about do something, that option is about inbound and outbound lanes on each of the key junction approaches. And they will be staggered. So, for example, if you're on the section between Gilbert Road and Elizabeth Way roundabout, you would have an inbound bus lane on half of that coming up to Gilbert Road, and you'd have an outbound bus lane on the other half approaching Elizabeth Way. Now, assuming these recommendations are accepted by the board, what would happen then? Well, we've still got an awful lot of detailed work to go through to move towards a second round of consultation. We would have to do a lot more work around the detailed highway layout, including looking at the landscaping aspects, particularly tree planting, but other areas of landscaping as well. We've still got some options to explore here. If we go with the do something for Milton Road and the do maximum for Histon Road, in effect, the only thing that's fixing is the width of the road that we need to provide. The space either side still can be the subject of further discussion around how we put the various elements of the jigsaw together. For example, the initial plan shows cycle lanes running alongside bus lanes. Would you want the cycle lane next to the bus lane, or should we have planting next to the bus lane and have the cycleway segregated? Where do we fit the footway into that scenario? There are options we could look into, and we'd like to explore that in more detail.
Would it be a fair summary of what you've said on Milton Road, that what you're really looking for from the board at their next meeting is approval on the motor lanes, and what happens to the cycle, pedestrian and planting could come later? And if so, could you be clearer on that? And how, given that our local elected representatives have all been quite clear on the importance they give to the environmental aspects, including Lewis Herbert, how have you come up with an option for Milton Road that could result in us losing so many trees and so many of our verges?
I think what the recommendation achieves is that we are working on the basis of a 3-lane carriageway, that we're also going to have cycle facilities, we're going to attempt to improve the footways, and we want to introduce some landscaping and trees. I think that's what the recommendation will. That's what the task that the board will set. That doesn't mean to say that we can now say we've got a fixed cross-section. There are lots of discussions that need to be undertaken about how we put those elements of the jigsaw together. There's another document that's going to the board that sets out design environmental guidance. Again, it's on the website. That gives you some images around the sort of cross-sections that you could develop, say, as an example, with a 20-metre highway boundaries. And some of those model cross-sections we could reflect on in terms of taking the Milton Road scheme forward. We can do the same on Histon Road, but I think we have to be honest that our options on Histon Road are more constrained by the width that's available. So I think there is plenty of opportunity for people to feed in and influence the way we put those bits of the jigsaw together.
I think the reference to the do something plan on Milton Road makes it not clear that that's what you mean. I don't think it would be clear if the board approved the recommendations. I think there is a cross-section there, and there are plans there that they will be approving. I think it would be much better if you clarified your recommendation so that it is as you've described it tonight.
Yeah. Fair comment.